Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer, and this is my group's lesson plan on classroom community for ECED 300 Social Studies. The ladies in my group were Milea and Talitha. We decided to do our lesson plan for grade kindergarten. The estimated time for this lesson plan is 30 minutes. And like I said, it's going to focus on classroom community. So as you see here, we have our kindergarten standards. Students should be able to sit and listen to others, take turns speaking about the topics. They should be able to let the teacher know what their favorite book is, be able to ask and answer questions and details about the text that we may be reading to them. Here we have some of our learning targets. So some were, I can use vocabulary words in the correct content, continue a conversation through multiple exchanges using vocabulary words learned, follow words from left to right. So students being able to know that when you read from left to right. Some success criteria: students will be able to solve problems as they sort, compare, and contrast items, display and share information using the Venn diagram as graphic organizing tools, explain the reason for their solutions, work cooperatively in small groups. Our essential question for the students is, what does it mean to be part of a community? Some assessments to monitor student learning would be the KWL chart. That would help them gain background knowledge. Also red and green card for questions asked on topic, about a certain topic. Formative. We have portfolios and data from guided practice. Some summative could be like we make this wall in the classroom that has pieces of each child, so each child can share, and we can help them create like their own puzzle, and it becomes pieces of us. So some strategies for diverse learners would be providing visual aids as needed, providing manipulatives, arranging the classroom for different types of learners and learning styles, provide discovery-based learning activities, provide individualized small group and large group activities based on needs, and providing KWL chart for revisits along with a word wall to revisit vocabulary words. Culturally responsive teaching. Question of the day focuses on each child's background knowledge of what they have experienced with being part of a community. What do the students consider community or sense of belonging? Students will get to talk about their families and homes and stuff like what other culture communities look like. So here we have some books. Our Class is a Family, Heavy for the Bucket Today, We All Are Welcome, Some Technology Needed, CD players with music from different cultures. We thought that was a good idea. Multicultural read out loud books. And then here we have some of our vocabulary. So, introduce learning targets and success criteria. As class gathers at the carpet for a large group, we will discuss the topic of diverse communities, starting with a KWL discussion, then move on to the question of the day using a Venn diagram. So question of the day, what at home is the same as school and what is different? So we want to, for this, we want the students to share what do they do the same at home and school and what are like the differences that they do. And then we'd compare it to other students' KWL charts. And then we have this one we'd use to gain prior knowledge. We have more vocabulary. We have a lesson presentation and practice. So for focused lesson, we'd have mini lesson, poster board visuals for guided learning, read aloud, collaborative learning, KWL chart, Venn diagram, question of the day, read out loud reflection, classroom jobs, independent learning, drawing and dictation, audio center, and then some lesson wrap-ups for extension activities, creating a classroom community board for students, families, pictures to be shared. Also creating classroom jobs. So classroom jobs can help build more of that community classroom like environment and it helps build this with the kids. So for our day one, creating classroom agreements. For this activity, materials needed would be markers, pencils, poster paper, and paint. And then here are the directions for this activity. So together the classroom comes up with an agreement. The students think through what rules you have to follow in the community. So classroom rules, and you write down the students' ideas. Day two, knowing our community. Materials needed, poster paper, construction paper, blocks. So for this mini lesson, you'd spend some time with the students talking about how their classroom families and city are communities. So you'd compare just the environment around them. And then this is some ideas that we had of what it could look like. So even like the grocery store, the bank. For day three, the kindness chain. So materials needed would be pencil, construction paper, strips, scissors, glue sticks. During circle time, you'd have an open discussion with the students about what it means to be kind and also how it may look like and what they may hear. Explain how you can create a kindness chain and start by demonstrating how to make one. And of course, it is kindergarten, so some of these students are just learning their fine motor skills, so they might have trouble cutting or writing. So this would be more of like a guided lesson. And this is what it could look like. Day four, community helpers in our school. Materials needed could be crayons, color pencils, markers. So for this one, you'd need a worksheet with a space for a picture and for some lines for some writing. So to write a sentence. So in the open discussion during circle time, you can bring up community helpers in the school and have students think about the staff who works at the school. They can take turns sharing what those staff members do to help us and what their environment community looks like. And you could even invite a community helper from the school to come speak to to the classroom and explain their duty or job to the students. And that is our social studies lesson plan on classroom community.